Well, glory be and mercy be, we've done it yet again. Here we are on our daily walk. Today we're going to be talking about how the OECD, that's the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, an international organization that creates reports to talk about how's it going for every individual nation. Well, they've come out with a report recently that says Canada places dead last. Dead last. Here's the graph. Isn't it exciting, right? It's exciting living in a country that's absolutely collapsing and destroying itself. Now, if you go through the report, they say that there are 4 reasons for this. They, of course, put it in the flowery language of economics so as not to upset their international partners so dramatically. But when you reinterpret what they say into common parlance, it's a total disaster for Canada. So they say there are 4 reasons for why Canada's economy is in the shitter like this. Reason number 1.
Accommodative monetary policy to support interest-sensitive sectors of the economy like credit, housing investment, and durable goods consumption.
That's a fun way of just saying we give money to people who offshore it into offshore accounts so that the money can't actually be part of the economy, right? Who's been saying that this whole time? Oh, it's been me. It's been me who's been saying that, hey, we keep giving money to worthless parasites who just offshore it and do nothing with it, right? That's going to have a dramatically bad effect on your economy, isn't it? So, what's reason number 2?
Expansive fiscal policy guided by short-term guardrails and lacking a long-term fiscal anchor.
What a long-winded way of saying we don't have a plan, right? What a long-winded way of saying you don't have a plan, right? Who's been saying that this whole time on this channel? Who's been saying that this whole time on this channel? We operate from a position of neoliberal economics, right? Which believes in free market enterprise, and the freer the market, the freer the people. And the more you decipher and understand what they're saying, the more you really see that what is being said is chaos brings order. It's this incoherent newspeak way of thinking and speaking that says the best way to organize your economy is to have no plan whatsoever. Well, here's the OECD saying, hey, maybe you should have a plan. Reason number 3.
Record immigration levels to expand the labor supply.
Oh, if you bring in a bunch of temporary foreign workers because of the temporary foreign worker program, which is a wage slave system that creates a secondary tier of citizenry, guess what happens? They take the meager money that they get paid and they remove it from the economy. They send it back to Mexico or Venezuela or wherever they're from, right? They send it back to their home nation because that's the whole point. The whole point is that they return back to the nations that we are destroying and keeping under our boot with the money that they made from us. No wonder the economy is in free fall collapse. No wonder we're the worst developed nation in the OECD.
Number 4. A national child care policy to marginally raise GDP through slightly higher labor force participation.
Reason number 4 is basically just saying, yeah, the small little tiny idea that you have to actually force workers into the workplace isn't going to work, right? It's small, it's meager. $10 a day daycare, yeah, that's not going to get a whole bunch of workers suddenly tromping off to war, right? Like, get completely bent. My favorite thing that happens in the report is that after listing these 4 reasons for why Canada's economy is failing so badly, they end with this banger.
The political class appears to have lost interest in efforts to raise workers' productivity and real wage growth through higher business investment per worker, faster innovation adoption, and getting the average company to operate at scale.
You know how I keep saying that the capitalist death cult has abandoned us? That what we are experiencing is abandonment? Well, now here's the OECD saying in very plain and simple terms that anyone can understand, yeah, the political class is completely disinterested in helping working Canadians and helping average citizens. That's called abandonment, kids. The OECD is saying that the reason why Canada's economy is in the shitter is because its own political class is abandoning its citizens. like I've been saying this whole fucking time on this channel. Man, what a disgraceful, despicable people we are. Our economy is going to be worse than powerhouse economies like Slovakia and Lithuania. Like, we have all of these resources, we have all of this capability, we have a populace that wants to work, we have a populace that wants to do labor and wants to participate and wants to grow the nation, and we can't galvanize it. Why? Because we're ruled by a rapacious, psychopathic, capitalist death cult who is more interested in extracting wealth and shoving it in offshore accounts than it is in actually building a nation or a society that anyone can be proud of. That is what's happening in Canada today. It's an embarrassment, and the reason why the OECD says it's probably not going to get any better, that we're going to be in last place for 3 decades, is because our university education systems have become so corrupted with this death cult ideology that we can't actually replace these fraudulent economists who worship money and are of a class of religious ideologists who are acolytes for a religious ideology, because all the universities have been training our religious acolytes in this capitalist death cult. So even if you cleared out this old guard of frauds, right, all you do is end up hiring the people that they trained. And our political class is so weak and pathetic and unwilling to actually acknowledge the fraudulent nature of this capitalist death cult that they're always going to keep turning to these total frauds who are in turn going to give them the advice to collapse the economy, because all they're interested in is wealth extraction. They don't understand what economies are. They're illiterate. They're stupid. They don't know anything about the subject. All they understand is more money for me equal good. More is better. Chaos is order. The whole system is in free fall collapse, and now it's getting obvious. Even the OECD is saying it. We're a total embarrassment. We're a total embarrassment, and our political leadership is completely disinterested in doing anything about it. The Liberals have already admitted that they're not going to do anything about the housing crisis. Everybody's already saying that they're just going to abandon us and leave us to this free market, right? This whole system is completely fucked, and the only thing we have left to do is to surround the halls of power in full-scale non-participation, rebellion, and revolt. This is the end of this video, guys. If you've made it here, like, share, subscribe, send it around. We've got to push back against our abandonment. Even the OECD is saying that we're abandoned. Do you understand? Like, this isn't me off in the wilderness proclaiming it. This is major international organizations saying that we're abandoned. We need to push back against this psychopathic capitalist death cult. Please like, please share, please subscribe. I've got a Patreon down below. Boy, could I use $1. I don't want to experience homelessness as these guys rip apart the society to sell it off to these psychopaths. Please consider donating to my Patreon. Remember, always remember, guys, you deserve better than this. And you deserve better than this because you are a quantum being walking around in quantum energy. That makes you just as valid and important as these psychopathic billionaires. Rebel, revolt, repent. Good luck. We're gonna need it.